Hello and welcome to the Sports Centre YouTube channel. Me and Carl are here today to discuss the big fight this weekend. So someone's has got to go. Who's it going to be, Carl? Who's your money on?
Everyone is on Fury.
Is it?
Yeah. I just think size,
Yeah.
reach, I just think that's the difference. I do think the longer the fight goes on, Usyk will come into his element a little bit. But, everybody talks about the vulnerability of Fury with the Ngannou fight. But nobody's really talking about the vulnerability of Usyk with the Dubois fight.
I think the Ngannou fight is it just you may as well just disregard that. He didn't prepare. He wasn't even thinking about it. He thought he was just going to walk over him. He came in unfit. Probably didn't train properly. You look at him now. You look at the physique he's in now, and he's in the best shape I've probably ever seen him for a boxing match.
It looks a bit gaunt for him.
That's what I
And
mean. He's like you've seen him like that for a long time, have you?
I'm a little, that's one of my concerns, if anything. I think he's gone a bit too.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he's lost a little bit too much. I think he could have done with keeping a bit more weight and leaning on him a bit more, which
Well, I just think it's for stamina. I think it's so he can go the distance. Because my prediction is this is going the distance. I don't see. So here's my prediction. I think it's going to go all the way. I don't think there's going to be any knockdowns, and I think it's going to be a draw.
do you know what? I think would it mean that we're speaking on another podcast or whatever, saying there's a good potential that this will be a draw, and since that's been said, I can see the same thing.
Yeah.
I think I said I can see every eventuality. To be honest, I can see controversy with some stupid, shitty judges. I can see Usyk winning. I can see Fury winning, but I can actually see. I think Fury will win.
Points? You thinking points, or are you going for
Yeah.
knockout?
No, I think points. I think neither of them have really. I think they're both too clever to get knocked down or knocked out. I don't think Usyk is a big enough puncher to knock Fury down.
I also think the other way around as well. I agree with you. I don't think Usyk's got the punch power to knock Fury out. I don't think Fury's not known for his punch power, is he?
Not really.
And that's why I think it's going to be a really, really tactical fight. I think it's going to be two guys. I think Usyk's renowned for starting slow, for easing his way into the fight. Just trying to figure out his opponent. He's a strategist, isn't he, Usyk? He's all about strategy. And I think it's going to be really cagey affair. I don't think there's going to be a lot of punches thrown, especially in the early rounds.
I think there'll be a lot of leaning from on Fury leaning on him, just trying to rough him up.
Yeah.
I think what is going to be interesting is how bad this cut that postponed the fight last time, how well that's healed. Because I presume, excuse me, I don't know whereabouts it will cut. I presume it's around the eye, usually around the eye or under the eye.
It's right. I was there on it. I think.
Well,
It's right.
I'm pretty sure Usyk will know about it and will be
Oh yeah,
targeting that.
possibly.
But there's a good chance that might well open.
Well, he's been cut there before, and I think it was the same place where Otto Welling cut him. So it's not as it's a new cut. That it's that's part of his face which obviously has been exposed before. But like I say, I, I can't see how they would have potentially put him in the ring too early. They must have give sufficient amount of time for this cut to be able to heal properly. Otherwise, why would they have put this date as May the 18th? I don't see that being an issue, if I'm honest.
Well, I hope it in because we want to see a fair fight without oh, he only won because, or he only won again because they were a poor judge. I just don't want any controversy. I want it to be pure.
Yeah, I think that's one good shot. Actually, I think that's one thing for certain. The judging, there cannot be any controversy with the judges. They've got to score this correctly. They've got to get this right, because if there is, after all the shit that's gone on but I mean, it goes on bloody hell since I can remember. But quite recently, there's been a lot of a lot of controversy surrounding boxing, whether it's in the ring or out of the ring. There's a lot of hype, a lot of media attention on it, and this is one of the biggest fight for 20 plus years. The judging
Well,
has and the refereeing as well. It has to be right.
the ref has got to let him fight.
Yeah, yeah,
I think because we don't want this constantly breaking up, or just letting him hold. He's got to get that balance right,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he could quite easily make this fight very what's the word? Non-interesting by fucking it up. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Just by being just not being on top of not by not doing what a ref should be doing or umpire ref. Yeah, ref.
ref. Well, I think it's got the making of an not really selling it. I mean, it's not for us to sell anyway. To be fair, we're only here to give us predictions, but I think it's got all the makings of an uninteresting fight anyway. So it doesn't need any more factors thrown into the mix to make it even more uninteresting. As you say, because refs can easily get in there too quickly and just start. And I think as well that's where Usyk potentially can do a bit of damage when he gets inside because Fury's got a massive reach advantage over him, and if he can get inside that reach and work him on the inside, that's where Usyk can do a bit of damage. So I agree. I think the refs got to let him go at it for a little bit.
Definitely. But we'll see what happens. I just hope it's not a boring fight, but I can see it being very, very boring, if I'm honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll be watching it. I know you'll be watching it. I know obviously millions of people will be watching it, but I can see it being very, very boring.
I can absolutely. I mean, I'm hoping to prove wrong, but I think it's just gonna. You wanted Fury come out with his brassness, where like in the Wilder fights, he's come out before like, I'm gonna meet your head on him fucking in the middle of the ring, and I'm gonna knock you out. You haven't really heard any of that. This, and I think there's a couple of reasons really. I think one of them, he knows how dangerous Usyk is, and I think two, I just don't think he's going to do that. What did you make of the open workouts where I say sparring, they were both on the pads but in their unnatural positions? Did you think just mind games?
Of course, absolutely, of course it is. I mean, you can never take anything from them. I think the absolute waste of time. I don't see what the point is because they're not giving anything away. All they're trying to do is they're trying to divert what you think they're going to do. Just trying to divert you down a different path to what they're actually going to do. You can't gauge anything. It's purely just as you can see what the physique they're looking at, and that's about it. I think I can't take anything else from it.
I think I've listened to a few fighters before saying that they absolutely hate those things. I think they're absolutely fucking pointless.
They are pointless. I mean, don't interest me in the slightest. Not about you.
I don't think I've ever watched one on TV, YouTube, or all like that. I've never even thought about watching them.
No. They're usually in the middle of like a shopping centre or something, aren't they? And it's like,
yeah,
that's just pointless.
No, really, if I bet. Well, yeah, not long to wait now. 48 hours and we'll be there. So, yeah, I'm going for real boring fight and a draw. That's me.
I'm going boring fight, Fury win on points.
Just like close on points, or are you having him over a few
No,
rounds?
I think it'll be a few rounds, but I think the judges will give it very close. I think he'll beat him something like 8-4,
Yeah.
8 rounds to 4, something like that.
Mm.
I think Fury will win maybe 4 or 5 of the first 6 rounds, and then in comes Usyk, and I think he'll get probably a couple more in the middle of that.
Well, that's how he normally starts. The news, he starts slow and then he comes into his own the longer the fight goes on. So I probably tend to agree with you. I think the Fury will pick up probably the first half, and then Usyk will just come into his own down the stretch. But let's see what happens.
Who will we? Only time will tell.
Yeah, it will, mate. Right, good chat, pal. Thanks for watching, guys. if you can, well, tell you what, let us know what you think in the comments. What are you saying? Team USYK, Team Fury, or are you a bit like me and Carl? Are you sitting on fence? Think it's going to be a bit of a boring fight? Let us know in the comments. Give us a like, hit the subscribe button, and we'll catch you later.